Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to take a few minutes today to show you a hack on how we fixed a problem for hanging drapes. A little bit of an unconventional setup that we have for our drapes. This maybe is a hack that you could do as well. Even if you just like the look of it, so it's got a little bit more of an industrial look to it, but it's how we had to address an issue we had with hanging drapes in our family room. So wanted to show you that really quickly. Let me show you what we did and the products that we used for it. Okay, so the problem that we were trying to solve was that in our family room, we had shears that went in front of our window, but we also wanted to have draperies on the outside, just so it had a better look to it. So once we added the shears, any real traditional drapery rod wouldn't come out about 9 inches from our wall to allow us to hang these drapes there. So we tried a couple different things. There's weird solutions for it, expensive, very expensive solutions in the draperies to try to accommodate and fix this, but none of them really work that well. And on top of that, our drapes are heavy. So if you have any good drapery or whatever, it's going to be heavier as well. And our drapes, we wanted to have them so they could close completely as well. So if you wanted to have a movie in here or just wanted to be really dark, you could do that. So we couldn't find anything to fit that solution. So here's what we did. So our main issue really is that this sheer curtain rod came out too far for us to actually hang any kind of drapes over it. So you can see how close they are right now, and that's exactly the distance we wanted to have for this drapes, and we were able to do that with this solution. Okay, so we got some heavy duty drapes, and these are about as far out as you would see the extension of a drapery rod going is about this far, which I think is about 4 inches, maybe 5 inches here at the most. And we got heavy duty ones. So this is a heavy duty curtain rod. So it wasn't really about the durability of it. It was the distance out from it that we had to deal with. And any kind of like drapery hanging that you either got these big ugly wood looking things that was just straight up ugly, or it just didn't work. Or you tried to make some kind of crazy solution to get the drapes in there correctly. So we didn't like any of that. So what we did is we tried a different solution, which is a little bit more of an industrial solution. So even if you just don't have this problem, but you really kind of like that industrial look, this really works kind of nicely for it. So what this is, it's just standard black pipe that you would get as a plumber at Home Depot. So that's all it is. It's really pretty cheap. You can get large sections of it at Home Depot. They actually, and Lowe's or wherever, and they actually will cut it for you at your desired length. First of all, they sell various lengths, 6 inches, 8 inches, 10 inches. They sell those and they're threaded on both sides like this. And if you need to make a custom length, you can do that at Home Depot, and they'll actually, not only will they cut them, but they'll rethread them for you. It's like 70 cents. It's super cheap. So you can get a full 10-foot section of this for like 15 bucks. So you can make it really cheap. And of course they sell all the adapters you would need as a plumber. So if you need to make a 90-degree turn, which we did, we make a 90-degree turn. If you needed to have a flange, like something that you could actually set and connect to the wall, you can do that as well. So not only did we use a 90-degree turn, we used a flange. We used a T for ours. So right in the middle of where we wanted it, we made a T and connected it to the wall to give it more durability and strength. So really you could do pull-ups on our curtain rods at this point in our house. So as you can see, this really is kind of oily. It's kind of ugly, and it's really not something you would want to hang in your house or put very nice drapery on. I certainly wouldn't want to put white drapes on this because it kind of sucks. So in order to prepare this correctly, what you really need to do is get acetone. So this will clean all that residue, all that kind of epoxy, all that kind of gook off of this pipe. It'll almost take almost all the black off this pipe as if you just use this and rub this on. Of course, use eye protection. Of course, it's acid, for God's sakes. Use gloves. Make sure the gloves will withstand the acid. Make sure you have those on, and don't get it on your skin or any of that sort of thing. So do that. But once you do that and you wipe that down, the pipe is really pretty smooth. Looks pretty nice. All the black will come off, all the gunk will come off. Then all we really did was take a light sandpaper and sand it down to smooth it a little bit. Not a lot, don't need to, it's pretty smooth, but just to give it more of a smooth texture to it so your drapes will slide a little bit easier when you get them done. So that's all we did. We used acetone, wiped it all down, let it dry, which will dry quickly. Do this all outdoors because you don't want acetone in your house or anything else. Sanded it very lightly, and we did that with all the various pieces. The flanges, the 90-degree turns, the T-stop that we used in the middle to connect everything together. We did that. And then the last step of it's super easy. Again, doing it outdoors so we don't do it near your cars or anything. I don't want to hear that you spray painted your car. And we used the Rust-Oleum hammered paint. And it's really got kind of an industrial look to it. That's really what the color comes out. It looks beautiful. And all I really did was take and spray this, put 3 coats on it. It's really, really simple to do. You don't get a lot of runs. And all I did was I really stretched this across a couple different boxes, sprayed it all down, put the little pieces into like a box, sprayed them all down. And at the end of it all, you have really a beautiful industrial looking curtain rod that's stronger than any curtain rod you could buy in the market. Okay, so we're back inside. Let me show you the finished results of what ours look like after we did the couple steps that I just showed you right now. So as you can see, the finish is actually very smooth on it. It doesn't look anything like that black pipe that we showed you outside. It's very smooth. There's about 2 coats of spray paint that are on this, and obviously to your desired result, you can spray it as much as you want. And any of the black pipe fittings, you can actually get them thicker and thinner as well. It works perfect for what we're looking for, and it doesn't bend like some of those cheap curtain rods that you buy. It doesn't bend if you have drapes on it that are heavier and that sort of thing. So this is, even if you don't have a problem like we're showing you here, where you want to be out further from the wall, this is a great solution if you just like that industrial look. Okay, so obviously the last step in this process is I have to touch up the wall. So those are the holes that we made when we were trying to do all these other crazy solutions for this. We tried to put some boards in there to get some distance. We tried some wood things. We spent a lot more money than just doing it this way, which looks a ton better. So as we did this, you can see that we had a flange off of a pipe that comes out with a 90-degree turn, and we just make the curtain rod that way. So that's what we did with that. And then I'll go back and I'll touch up those bright silver screws with a little bit of paint with just a little brush. Okay, so this door, these patio doors are 16 feet long. So we wanted to we did this in 2 pieces because we really wanted to have durability for the heaviness of the drapes. And we felt like we probably could have got away with doing 1 piece because these pipes are super heavy duty. So you will not bend them. But we wanted to make it really heavy duty, so what we did is we put in a middle T into this. So not only could we connect the pipes and do it in 2 sections, like an 8-foot section and 8-foot section, but we also did it so we could add another anchor into the wall. And it doesn't really affect any of our drapes because you always pull drapes in pairs across like that. So you can do one of 2 things. If you have a big door like we do, you can do it in 2 sections. Or if you have a smaller window and you want those drapes from one side only to be pulled across, you can do it as 1 section and not do a T section in the middle like this and do it in two pieces. Okay, so that's our solution for the problem that we had. Again, you can do it if you just want an industrial solution for drapes. It's actually a very cheap alternative to buying any kind of drapery curtain rods that you have. It's much more durable, and you can really customize the finish and the look that you want. So that's our solution. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up. If you did something like this, let us know. I mean, this is not like we reinvented the wheel here. We saw some other people that did things that were similar to this and had different issues. But what I really love about it is you can do it in like non-industrial rooms or industrial rooms. Nobody even really recognizes the fact that we did it with pipes. So if you can actually just use a little acetone, you can sand down the pipes themselves and use a spray can, you can accomplish this because it's just that and then screwing the various pieces together and hanging your drapes. That's it. So thanks, see you next time.